Believe it or not, that stove is going full blast right now, but it's burning so efficiently you can't even see any smoke. You know, I don't know how cold it actually got last night, you know, because I wasn't up all night obviously checking it, but they said it was going to bottom out at 26 below. And I probably let the inside of the tent get down to the 50s while I slept. You know, being in this big sleeping bag, that's pretty warm for me. And surprisingly, I used, you know, very little wood. I only had a little over a 5-gallon bucket of small bits of wood with me, and I didn't use that much. Let's go inside, I'll show you the tent. Hi, buddy. You're nice and warm, huh? That's my buddy. That's my buddy. Yeah. Alright, we had 2 casualties last night. You'll find this pretty funny. I thought it would be smart to leave the limoncello outside, thinking it would not freeze. I was wrong. It froze solid, so I can't have limoncello for breakfast. And this was a partial casualty because I put this down next to the heater, and it's actually showing that it's 121 degrees in here for a tent. Alright, that's not too bad, but honestly I just left it too close to the heater and kind of scorched the top of it. But it is 17 below right now outside. They're saying it's 50 below with the wind chill. So that's where we're standing temperature wise. I would say it's an honest, you know, 70 some degrees in here right now, maybe 80. I don't know. It's not 118 unless you're right next to the heater. When you're winter camping, you sleep for about 4 hours at a shot, and you sleep longer if you can. It's almost like the military. You just sleep when you can. You sleep in about 3 or 4 hour segments of time, because you got to get up and keep the fire stoked. You don't have a big stove, so you know, if you can eke out 3 or 4 hours of heat out of that without putting wood into it, that's pretty good. That I've already addressed on the making of this stove at least a dozen times over the last 2 or 3 years that I've had it up. I'll often get comments about, you know, usually from the Safety Sallies, that you don't want to use galvanized pipe in wood burning stove. These are usually kids that are just parroting things they've heard or read on the internet, because that's where all their information comes from. You can safely use galvanized pipe on your wood burning stove. You just have to burn the coating of galvanization off the pipe, like what you see here. I also mentioned this in the vid, but this is somehow lost upon those individuals. You can safely use galvanized pipe, or if you don't want to, don't. But in this vid, right now, I've got galvanized pipe, or what was once galvanized pipe, and you just do a thorough burn before you ever use it to remove the galvanization off the pipe itself. I also want to make the point that there's a couple reasons I don't thread the pipe out the side of the tent immediately. I like putting the pipe up through the tent because obviously I'm gaining the most amount of heat off of what I'm burning by keeping the pipe inside the tent. Also, the most stable point of your tent is the apex. This is very unstable in high winds. This is not. This is the most stable point of your tent. So I prefer to exit the stovepipe at the closest that I can to the apex of the tent itself. 2 little tidbits. That also goes with the ammo box itself. It's painted with caulk or military paint, and you want to burn that off before you ever bring it in your tent to do a burn. Right, buddy? You got it, right? You're smart enough to understand that, right? You know, for a homemade little stove, it's pretty efficient. And if you can get some big chunks like that, I mean, you don't obviously don't want giant pieces of wood, but if you can get little chunks like that, and then kind of tweak it down for the night, close the draft off, you can easily eke out 3 or 4 hours out of a full stove. Are you singing? I'm trying to do a video here, man. I'm just taking mostly homemade stuff. Just a quick trip anyway, and you know, I'm using my homemade little foil bag to heat up some oatmeal. Of course, this has raisins in it. Eat your raisins? That's nice, huh? I can stare at that all day. So I guess the point is, you know, if I can be out here in 17, 26 below zero, and my tent is 70 degrees and I'm comfortable, how much more comfortable can I be inside, you know, a structure like my house, where I have everything that I need? You know, you can learn a lot out here about prepping just by practicing this and having fun with it. You know, one of the things that hit me last night, just being disgusted about how they make a big deal about such mundane and mediocre things. They're always hyping up the weather. You know, your skin's going to freeze in 7 minutes, or you're going to die when it snows. And I was talking to a guy online, RC Chop, in the comment section, and it hit me. It really hit me. This is it. Everything that's an emergency today and that you're supposed to be scared of, 20 years ago, we didn't call it an emergency. We just called it fun. That's the difference. Okay. Another hour and we can celebrate again. See you later, guys.